there, 5 booktubers. Shannon here with a new video for you. I wanted to go over what I'm currently reading. Also, this is going to be a review for 2 books that I recently read, and just a little book haul. Some books that I've acquired. So let's get started. And of course, I'm currently reading, and I should be finishing this up today. Not too far from finishing. I'm 339 pages in, but I'm about to finish Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm going to do a thorough review of this book. And I'm buddy reading with a friend of mine right now, and we are reading The Glittering Court. And I happen to have a signed copy. And I am currently on chapter 4. So we've been staying together. We're on chapter 4. We're going to be reading chapter 4 and 5 today. So when I finish that, I'm going to finish up today Tiger's Curse, and then go to chapters 4, and go to chapters 4 and 5 in this book. And this is The Glittering Court by Michelle Mead. And I think what I'll do is I'll do my book haul before I go into my reviews. I got 2 books to review, but I want to do a little small book haul that some books that I got. I got Looking for Alaska by John Green. I'm really a big fan of his writing, and I saw this at Target, and I had to pick this up because I have been wanting to pick this up and read it. I'm very, very excited to read this. And I completed my Throne of Glass series with Tower of Dawn. So I'm very excited to get in. I believe I just finished Heir of Fire. So I'm on the next book after Heir of Fire. I believe is Queen of Shadows, I believe. Yes. So I have read Throne of Glass. I get confused. Let me see if it's in here. Oh, I've read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire. I read all 3, and I am on Queen of Shadows. So, but I'm really excited to complete this because I know I've been wanting to pick that up. Give me just a second, guys. All right, we're gonna continue. The next book. My wife actually picked this out, and we've both been wanting to read this, and I think we might be budding reading this. But it's called Wonder, and I don't know if the movie's out yet, but I know it's a movie coming out, and I wanted to read the book before we saw the movie. So that's Wonder. I saw this at Target. I had to pick that up. One second. Alright, we're going to continue. I'm sorry about that. Just had to get everything situated here. But I am really excited to have found this and picked this up. And it is Red Queen, the collector's edition. And I'm just looking at, and I can look at it right now. These drops of blood are black. But I'm looking here in the camera, they look red. So that is actually pretty cool. But this has got an awesome, I just have to show you this cover. Look at that, the blood dripping. That is just so cool. I had to pick this up because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a limited copy. And this is one of the books. I have a paperback edition of the regular paperback edition, but I really, really wanted this, and I'm really excited because I'm looking at it. This looks black, but when I'm putting it in the camera, it looks red. The drips, so that's cool. And I got 3 more books that I hauled, and then I'll continue with my review. And I'm going to be reviewing Turtles All the Way Down and Hunting Prince Dracula. But I got 3 more books that I'm really, really excited in. A really, really good friend of mine got me into reading, and I have read Ellen Hopkins before. The You I've Never Known. But I picked up, because I want to get started on her other series, I picked up Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. And what I love about her books is they're all in verse. So they're really, I mean, you can just fly through these books. Look at the pages. I mean, all these books are in verse. And I'm a huge fan of that style, because it makes getting through the book so much easier. I picked up Burned, and it is also in verse, as you can see. Very, very, very excited to read these. And the last one is Crank. I don't know what they're about, but a friend of mine really loves Ellen Hopkins, and so do I, because I've read the You I've Never Known, and so I wanted to pick up her other books, definitely. But that is the book haul. That's all for the book haul. So now let's go on with my review. I did get me a little, to help me with a little book lover's journal. So this kind of helps me along with my reviews. So the first book we're going to talk about, let me make sure I get to that page, is Turtles All the Way Down, by John Green. Do I have a lot to say about this book? Yes, I do. So let's get started. Sorry, the fan's blowing my hair. This book, as you can see, I gave 3 stars. The reason being, I really did enjoy this book, and I like this book. But it's one of those that kind of did me wrong. And I will go ahead and read from my little notes here what I liked about it. This is of course, a John Green, published by Penguin Random House, or Dutton, which is, I believe, I don't know if you can see that. It's an imprint, I believe. But this is YA, and it really has it has more of a mental health element, but it also has a mystery element to it. This book, how I discovered and acquired this book, was through Peter Likes Books. I learned about this book from him. I'll link his channel below. And that's Peter Likes Books. He's a really awesome booktuber. And I read this, of course, during October and November, like the end of October, and finished it up in November. I read this at home, while I was at Starbucks, some at work. Now, I'm just trying to make sure there may be some spoilers here, so if you do not, or actually there are going to be. So, I'm just going to give you a little chance. If you don't want to be spoiled, you can go ahead and stop the video now and come back and watch the rest of the video later, because I am going to go into some spoilers. It's hard when you're doing a review not to go into spoilers, so I don't really want to I don't like doing non-spoiler and versus spoiler, because I just think you're pretty much, when you do a review, you're going to be, if you haven't read it, you're going to be spoiled. So, let's get with this. This is, the main character is, main character is Aza, Daisy Davis, and it's told from Aza, or Aza, I don't know how it's pronounced, but we'll just go with Aza. It's told from her perspective, from her point of view. And it follows her, there's this billionaire that mysteriously disappears, And AZ and her friend Daisy concoct a plan because they want to get and there's some pretty hefty reward money on the line here for any information or just anything like that leading to his whereabouts. And this book, okay, I'm just trying to familiarize myself. I have some notes here. It did for me, the mystery, the mental health aspect of this book was on point. I think it did a great job. I'll set that down there. I think it did a great job helping the reader get into the mind of someone with OCD. This follows Asa. She does have OCD. And I have never read a book about a character with that, and so it was very interesting for me to get into that character's minds, and because I think John Green this personally deals with OCD himself, so this was his he did put a lot of his heart and soul into this, and a lot of what he deals with in this book. So I thought that part was great, on point for me. But where I do have a problem with is the mystery element of this book. Fell flat for me. I think, and as far as I know, and if anybody knows that this, please comment below, but as far as I know, this is a standalone. And when you have a standalone and you got a mystery element, and especially if it's a standalone, I'm not sure. If anybody knows that there's a sequel to this, any plans for, please let me know in the comments below. But it didn't really, it fell flat, the mystery element. And it leaves you, this book was a page turner. It left me wanting more. But where my problem lies with this is the mystery element. Just, it didn't follow through as far as we never found out what happened to the billionaire. We did find out what happened to him, but we don't know why. He ends up, Asa ends up going to this, this party, underground party, for one of her friends, who does art, and they kind of have like have his art and everything. And it's just like an underground party. And Asa and Daisy, I believe, if I remember correctly, starts walking off further into the underground and to this area called, I believe it was called the Pogue. And she smells something really bad. And of course she knows it. She knows that it's probably a dead someone who had died. So and she has this strong feeling that it is the billionaire's dead body down there. So she anonymously leaves a note to the son. And the son ends up calling the police, but the only thing it tells you is that he may have died from exposure, which of course is from just environment. But why was he there though? Why was the billionaire down there is what I want to know. Was he murdered? We don't know. We don't know what he was doing that. Did he just, what his purpose of being down there? Whether he was murdered and someone put his body there? Or, that is where my problem. It did not follow through with the mystery element. If it's a standalone, why leave the book on a cliffhanger like that? That's just my problem with the book. And if anybody got something more out of this book that that I may have missed, that may have, I think I'm really strongly thinking about rereading this just in case I did miss anything. But as far as I know, we know that he may have died from exposure, and the body ended up being his body, and of course, and but then again, we don't know why he was down there. And that's what I want to know. That was left unanswered for me. But other than that, I mean, I think this was a beautiful book. It's I give this 3 to 5 point stars. No more than a 3.5, because didn't follow through on the mystery element. But that's my review. Turtles All the Way Down. Like I said, beautiful book. On point with the mental health aspect element of the book. But that's Turtles All the Way Down. My last review is Hunting Prince Dracula. This is published by Little Brown. Author is Carrie Maniscalco. It's a young adult historical fiction, which follows. It's a continuation from Stalking Jack the Ripper. It follows young Audrey Rose. And I learned about this from, and I will link her channel down below, but where I actually heard of this book was from Sasha Alsberg from a Booktopia, and she's the one that introduced me to and I loved everything about this book. Everything. This was definitely a 5-star for me. I definitely gave it. It follows Audrey Rose and Thomas. They end up. Now, also, as I mentioned before, I'm going to go into spoilers with this book. I don't really do, when I do reviews, I don't really separate and do non-spoiler review versus a spoiler. They're just basically going to be spoiler reviews. Because I feel like if you're here to hear a book review, then you probably are I've already read the book, and just want to get another person's perspective of that book. I may be wrong, but I am going to be spoilers, so I'm going to give you a few moments to leave if you don't want to be spoiled. But I am going to spoilers now, so if you don't want to be spoiled, come back later and continue watching. But I will go into spoilers now. This follows Audrey Rose and Thomas. It leaves off from Stalking Jack the Ripper. They go to the school, the Forensic Science School in Romania, and stuff starts happening right from the beginning. Someone gets murdered on the train, and which immediately sparks and their interest. They want to find out who's doing these killings. So they go to the school, and I really like the romance between her and Thomas. It's kind of like they love each other, but they don't. I mean, Thomas likes his feelings known, but she loves Thomas, but she doesn't want to let her feelings for him out yet. I just think it's a very, very funny romance between the two. I love this kind of stories. But they do end up at the school, this school in Romania, and they meet Daciana Ileana, and they also meet, well, just a few of the characters I jotted down as Daciana and Ileana. Daciana and Ileana are, Audrey kind of catches them together, which, and I was so thrilled that it had a LGBTQ aspect to it, because that's not something you see a lot of in historical fiction. And I thought it was really cool to see a romance between two women. But she ends up walking in the morgue and walking in on them and kind of like in the throes of passion, and it was just, but she sparks a friendship with them and starts investigating, and they end up, I won't say who the killer is, but, I mean, that's really all. Let's see what other notes I have. At the end, they end up it leaves off knowing that there's going to be a third book, because it leaves off leading you to believe they're going to go to America next. And anyway, Anastasia, I'll go ahead and anyway, because this is a spoiler review anyway, but they also meet Anastasia. Well, they think that she's dead. Come to find out, she's not. She's the killer. And she's the Countess, and they find out Thomas is the heir to Vlad Dracula. Anastasia wants to get, you know, she kind of wants to take over this castle. And Wilhelm is another character. He's who they first meet on the train. The strange and unusual character they meet on the train. When they're all gathered around the body of the person that got killed on the train, who come to find out was Ileana's brother. But I mean, it's a really, really good book. I really enjoyed every moment of this book. Very beautifully well executed. I love Carrie Maniscalco's writing. I definitely want more from this author. But I enjoyed it. It was great. But that is all for my book haul, 2 book reviews, and I believe that's it. And then I told you what I'm currently reading. Buddy reading, the Glittering Court, and I'm reading the Tiger's Curse. But I will link Sasha Alsberg, Booktopia's channel, and Peter Likes Book channel below. I also want to give a shout out to a wonderful booktuber I've just found that I adore her videos. I love how she does it. And I want to give her a shout out. It's Melissa and Barnsey Reed. And I'm going to also link her channel to her video down below. Definitely check her video out. I love her videos. She has her little Barnes & Noble Barnsey Bear with her. And I just think it's awesome. And she likes a lot of the same books I do, and I thought was so cool. She commented on one of my videos, and I found her that way. And that was like, it was great. And I will definitely would love to book buddy read with her as well. But I just wanted to give her a shout out because, I mean, her channel is awesome. She has got some books, let me tell you, and they are awesome. But anyway, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed my video, my review, and my thoughts on those 2 books, my book haul. But I will see you soon with a new video. Peace, love, books, and coffee. Love you. Bye-bye.